Right now, we're learning a member of Wisconsin's election commission helped a Green Party representative find legal assistance after the party's presidential nominee was denied ballot access. And California wildfires have burned more than 3 million acres since the start of 2020. That's an area almost the size of Connecticut. A look at the conditions there and in Oregon.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us. A Republican member of the Wisconsin Elections Commission advised a representative of the Green Party about who to hire as an attorney after its presidential nominee was denied ballot access. That's according to emails obtained by the Associated Press through open records laws. The Elections Commission deadlocked 3-3 on August 20th about whether to put Green Party presidential candidate Hawkins on the ballot. Yesterday, the state Supreme Court ruled 4-3 that Hawkins should not be on the ballot. The email shows that Commissioner member Bob Spindle sympathized with a Green Party official and told him to call for advice on attorneys to hire. New at noon, a man accused of speeding off from a traffic stop in Sun Prairie and crashing his car has been charged with homicide by drunken driving and other felonies. 2 passengers died in the crash and a third was critically injured. A criminal complaint against 27-year-old Lonzo Simmons of Cambridge says his blood alcohol content after the crash last June was 0.21%. That's more than double the legal limit for drivers in Wisconsin. Simmons is charged with causing the death of 28-year-old Cara Cloud of Madison and 27-year-old Clinton Harvey of Sun Prairie. Madison police investigating after a woman shot a man multiple times on the east side overnight. This happened on Hayes Road just off the interstate around 10 o'clock last night. Police say the man was taken to the hospital, had surgery, and is expected to survive. The female suspect was located nearby and arrested. Anyone with information asked to call Crime Stoppers. Turning to weather now, a warm day. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Aaron White has a look at your first warned forecast, and the smoke continues.
Yeah, it certainly does. But like you mentioned, it is going to be a warm afternoon as we see highs back into the upper 70s. But we got that haze in play for today as we had it yesterday, today, and likely for part of tomorrow. But a cold front's going to be moving in, and I think that's going to help to clear the skies out just a little bit. But for right now, we have the haze. We have a little bit of sunshine, 71 degrees, south-southwest wind about 11 miles per hour. That wind is going to continue out of the south today about 10 to 20. So it will be breezy at times going through the rest of the afternoon. But notice our temperatures warming up into the upper 70s around 4 o'clock, almost 80 degrees. So rather a mild mid-September day, but we are going to be returning to the 60s as we go into the end of the week. But we got the haze in play for today, all that smoke from the wildfires burning out in California, Oregon. That is moving across the Midwest, but like I mentioned, we will start to see that clearing out of here going into tomorrow. But meanwhile, down to the south, Hurricane Sally, that's going to be causing a lot of problems down along the Gulf Coast, bringing a lot of heavy rainfall and wind, and I'll actually track this out coming up in my full forecast a little bit later in the show.
All right, Aaron, thank you. As you said, Hurricane Sally is making its way toward the northern Gulf Coast. It's expected to make landfall near the Alabama-Mississippi state line sometime overnight. The Category 1 storm is carrying maximum sustained winds of 85 miles an hour, but the biggest concern is the slow-moving nature of the storm and the potential for flooding. As the water started to flood streets in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, people boarded up buildings.
They're calling for us between 7 and 11 feet of storm surge on the Gulf Coast. Therefore, we have to make sure everything is tied down and out of the way so it doesn't float away or become airborne.
While some people evacuated, others stocked up on groceries as they prepare to ride out the storm. And even the casinos aren't betting against Mother Nature. They went dark last night, ordered closed. Wildfires are still raging in the West. Dozens of people are dead in 3 states. At least 24 people are missing. Crews are using cadaver dogs to search through charred rubble in southeastern Oregon, looking for any signs of the missing. Some, like Ashley Britton, are seeing the destruction for the first time.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I had seen videos, but it's 1,000 times worse than I could have ever imagined.
Firefighters across the West have been battling shifting winds as they try to gain control of more than 100 fires. The hazardous smoke is so severe, the National Weather Service says it's created a haze across the country all the way to Washington, D.C. Wildfires rage across the West. There's another warning our climate is in danger. Arctic glaciers continue to shed large chunks of ice. CBS's Ian Lee reports.
Before long, much of this could be gone. Scientists say polar glaciers are shrinking at an alarming rate. The latest section in Greenland, where a 44-square-mile chunk, twice the size of Manhattan, broke off from the largest remaining Arctic ice shelf.
It's really time we stop hitting the snooze button and wake up to the climate emergency.
The atmosphere in the region has warmed more than 5 degrees in the last 40 years. Those high temperatures form pools of water on the glaciers, which pushes down into cracks and weakens the ice from underneath. Scientists say old climate models are now obsolete.
The climate in the Arctic is changing dramatically and rapidly, and it's changing so fast that it's transitioning to a new climate where the new climate can't be predicted by the recent past.
Melting Arctic ice means ocean levels and ocean temperatures increase around the globe. We've heard the warnings before, but scientists say they'll keep ringing alarm bells until changes are made.
We need to curb climate emissions right now, immediately. And we need to create a network of ocean sanctuaries covering at least a third of the blue planet if we are to take climate crisis seriously.
If not taken seriously, scientists predict the Arctic could be ice-free in the next 20 years. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
And scientists say this year's minimum sea ice cover is expected to be the second lowest in 4 decades of record keeping. New at noon, the city of Louisville will pay several $1 million to the mother of Brianna Taylor and make reforms to the police department. As a part of a lawsuit settlement, the 26-year-old EMT was killed by police in March. The lawsuit alleged police used flawed information to obtain a no-knock warrant to enter her apartment. A person who's seen the settlement says it would be the largest sum paid by the city for a police misconduct case. That person has not to be identified because the settlement is not yet public. The Nevada company that hosted an indoor campaign rally for President Trump with thousands of attendees will face a fine of $3,000 for violating state COVID-19 guidelines banning large gatherings. Sunday's rally in Henderson, Nevada was held inside a facility owned by Extreme Manufacturing. Attendees were not required to wear masks and there was little social distancing. This comes after a similar Trump rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma in June. As a result, the city saw a surge in COVID-19 cases and there were a number of Trump campaign staffers and Secret Service agents testing positive. Across the U.S., more than 6.5 million COVID-19 cases have been confirmed, and deaths are approaching the 200,000 mark. Scenes of unmasked college students crowded together at parties are raising fears across the country. Yesterday, Wisconsin cases surpassed 90,000, and nearly 20% of new cases came back positive. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Fruit Test Kitchen.
It's day 2 of our back-to-school week, and today we're focusing on a dish that's perfect for those busy nights.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. We know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to people my age, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. Shop McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
What if I told you sometimes nursing homes don't provide the right kind of care, and it can result in abuse and neglect for your loved ones?
Really? How do I find out what's going on?
Call Bowler and Vaughn.
We'll help you find the answers you need and deserve.
The funeral is the start of the healing process. It's not the end. While the death of someone you love is painful, not experiencing it, not sharing that pain, ends up in the long run being more painful. And it's all about doing something to help ourselves heal.
Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. We are the hand on your shoulder to graciously help you through these tough times.
You know your gutters are full of gunk, and you know you need to deal with it eventually. With LeafGuard, you can give up cleaning your gutters forever. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team would love to show you how LeafGuard's patented design channels rainwater into your gutters while leaves, seeds, and other debris just roll off, leaving them clog-free, guaranteed.
We looked at several different types of gutters, and we knew that we had problems with leaves. We have lots of trees around our house, and I'm the one who goes and cleans out the gutters. And I wanted to eliminate that hassle in the fall of cleaning the gutters. And Leaf Guard has done a wonderful job.
Love to hear that. Right now, your Leaf Guard brand gutter system comes with some great money-saving extras. Order now and save 75% on installation labor, get free financing for a year, and a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
Donald Trump is lying again. Joe Biden will not raise taxes on anyone making under $400,000. Biden will close tax loopholes for big corporations. Trump's tax cut giveaway exploded our debt, so he's threatening Social Security and Medicare. Biden will make the wealthy and big corporations pay their fair share, so we can protect Social Security and Medicare and invest in schools and health care.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
It's day 2 of our back-to-school week, and today we're focusing on a dish that's perfect for those busy nights when it seems like everybody needs to be at a different place at a different time. So no matter what time your troops show up for dinner, this all-in-one favorite is always welcome. The first thing we do is brown a pound or so of ground beef along with some crumbled Italian sausage and a few seasonings. While that finishes up, we combine a jar of spaghetti sauce with some cooked white rice. Half of this goes into a baking dish, and we top it with half the meat mixture. Some sliced mozzarella goes over that, and we sprinkle on some Parmesan cheese. We'll repeat the layers one more time, and into the oven it goes until it's heated through and the cheese is melted. When you bring this to the table, and they ooh and ah at all those meaty, cheesy layers, you'll understand why this has become a test kitchen favorite. To get the recipe for our beefed up rice casserole in time for back to school, or just because it looks so good, visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an easy, cheesy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, guys, thank you. Coming up next at noon, sunny and warm this afternoon. Aaron will tell us how long this is going to stick around next in your first warm forecast.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Baca Enterprises is truly humbled and thankful to all of our employees, residents, families, and vendors for their patience and cooperation.
Our employees have gone above and beyond with sanitation efforts, altering their daily routines, all while spreading joy and happiness throughout our community.
As you look forward to the future, Beaver Dam Assisted Living will be here for you.
To provide a sense of security and to provide comfort by keeping you safe and healthy.
Together, we're moving forward to help you live life with confidence. Call today to schedule your tour.
I want to make it absolutely clear. Rioting is not protesting. Looting is not protesting. It's lawlessness, plain and simple. And those who do it should be prosecuted. Fires are burning, and we have a president who fans the flames. He can't stop the violence because for years he's fomented it. But his failure to call on his own supporters to stop acting as an armed militia in this country shows how weak he is. Violence will not bring change. It'll only bring destruction. It's wrong in every way. If I were president, my language would be less divisive. I'd be looking to lower the temperature in this country, not raise it. Donald Trump is determined to instill fear in America because Donald Trump adds fuel to every fire. This is not who we are. I believe we'll be guided by the words of Pope John Paul II, words drawn from the scriptures. Be not afraid. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Wednesday morning, we're continuing to track how the wildfires out west are affecting our air quality here.
And businesses on State Street have had a difficult year. We'll share how you can help them get back on their feet when we see you tomorrow.
Road closures, slick conditions, poor visibility. Don't let traffic delays mess with your commute. Watch News 3 Now for an accurate first warn traffic report so you know what to expect before you head out the door. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Well, the Fed reconvenes in the face of a new framework, and Pepsi serves up a liquid lullaby. Diane King Hall has your Money Watch report.
The Federal Reserve kicks off its latest two-day policy meeting today. Economists expect the central bank to leave its benchmark lending rate unchanged at near zero. The Fed will also issue economic projections, including growth and unemployment estimates, and a first-time projection for its interest rate through 2023. Unpause. Citigroup is resuming job cuts this week after pledging to pause them earlier in the pandemic. Citi claims the cuts will affect less than 1% of its workforce. Now, at the end of June, the bank had 204,000 people on its payroll. Full-time employees at Hobby Lobby are set to get a pay bump starting next month. The arts and crafts chain is boosting its minimum full-time hourly wage to $17 an hour. Hobby Lobby says it was one of the first retailers to establish a nationwide minimum hourly wage well above the federal minimum wage in 2009. And a soda best served before you sleep? PepsiCo is concocting a new beverage intended to help consumers keep calm and fall asleep. It's called Driftwell. The spa water-inspired beverage is uncarbonated and infused with amino acids that promote relaxation to help catch some Z's. Driftwell will be available online this December. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 133 points. The NASDAQ up 169. And the S&P 500 up 32. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee on this smoky Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I noticed that yesterday. I was down at grand opening for Landmark Services dry fertilizer plant in Evansville. That's why I missed you live yesterday. And I thought I smelled it. And I talked to my weather guy, my ag weather guy this morning. And he said that haze will probably be noticeable depending on the winds. We'll find more about weather in just a minute. That's not my wheelhouse. But what I can tell you is that weather is impacting our markets today. So far, it doesn't look like there was any widespread damage last week to the cooler temperatures. Some folks in eastern Wyoming, western Nebraska, commenting that they got cold enough that they actually froze off some of their crop. That's going to lead to immature corn that's going to have to be dried down and things like that. So if you haven't already laid in your propane supplies for this winter, I know that supplies are supposed to be at nearly a record high, but it's always good to make sure that your personal reserves are covered that way as well. Today we're seeing our grain and our corn and bean trade come down just a little bit. Wisconsin's having no problem with the weather. 39% of our silage, our corn silage, has been harvested as of Sunday. 78% of our corn rated good to excellent this week. That's no change. 79% of our soybeans are rated good to excellent this week. That's down about 2 percentage points in confidence in just 1 week's time. The potato harvest continues. 47% of our spuds are already harvested, and growers say 92% of their potato crop looks good to excellent. And because of the weather that we've had, not necessarily so much, but 2 weeks ago, 33% of our winter wheat is already planted. That's 2 weeks ahead of average. Not much action today as far as the dairy complex is concerned. Barrel cheese was unchanged at $1.60. 40-pound block cheese unchanged at $2.21.5. But everybody wanted to get on the butter bandwagon today. 46 trades. Butter went up $0.015 to $1.50 a pound. So apparently that's the sweet spot everybody needs to know about, Mark.
That's good for our retirement, isn't it?
There it is.
Our butter fund. All right, Pam, thank you.
Yep.
Let's check the weather now. Here is Aaron with a look at Hurricane Sally.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting down in the Gulf Coast. We've had a lot of active hurricanes or tropical weather this year, and we have Sally now that's in play for the next 24 to 48 hours along the Gulf Coast. Right now, just the center of circulation just offshore, it is a Category 1 hurricane. Wind is sustained about 85 miles per hour. You can see the wind 85, moving only to the northwest about 2 miles per hour, so it is a very slow-moving hurricane, and that's going to cause a lot of problems as we go through the next 2 days, as we will likely see a lot of heavy rainfall for those Gulf Coast states, for Mississippi, Alabama, into parts of Florida as well, the northwestern parts of the Panhandle. But you can see the track moving to the north and eventually to the north and east, but it's going to be rather slow for the next 24 to 48 hours. You can see all that rain spiraling around the system and bringing some of those heavier rain bands now into parts of the southern parts of the states. You can see for Mississippi, Alabama, into parts of Florida as well. And look at how much rainfall we are expecting over the course of the next 2 days. That area in yellow from about Mobile to Pensacola could easily see over a foot of rainfall during the next 2 days. And like I mentioned, it has been very active. This is the list of hurricane names that the National Hurricane Center puts out before hurricane season even starts. And we're almost through the list. We have one name left before we move over to the Greek alphabet. Only one time that's ever happened, and that was back in 2005. So you remember how active that hurricane season was. We're on pace to actually break that this year in 2020. Meanwhile, back here at home, we don't really have too much to worry about. We have the haze in play for today. 71 degrees. Your wind is south at about 11 miles per hour. It's going to be breezy at times. Going through the rest of the afternoon, temperatures warming up into the upper 70s, making a run for 80 later on this afternoon. But we are anticipating some cooler conditions going towards the end of the week. But here on Future Track, everyone warming up into the upper 70s to even lower 80s, 82 in Boscobel, 77 Mineral Point, 77 in Monroe, cooling down to the 60s for tonight, but even cooler as we go towards the end of the week. But we got the haze in play for today. All the fires burning out in the West Coast, California and Oregon. That is actually producing that haze, but I think it's going to clear out of here for the upcoming weekend. Temperatures into the lower 60s on Saturday, 68 degrees as we get towards Sunday. But for today, topping out around 79 degrees, southwest wind about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then for tonight, we will cool down just a little bit. It still will be a rather mild night with a low down to 61 degrees under a mostly clear but hazy sky. And a look ahead to our 7 to 10 day forecast showing that cold front moving in. We will see a high of only 64 degrees on Thursday. I think a lot of the haze clearing out of here behind the cold front, but highs only in the lower 60s by Friday and Saturday. Gotta say though, see that low about 40 degrees, 41, 40 degrees Friday morning, Saturday morning. Wouldn't be surprised if we have to knock that down to the 30s. Ooh.
Sign of things to come.
Sign of things, that's right.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Coming up next at noon, the mother of a college football athlete who died after testing positive for COVID-19 says the sport is not worth losing lives. That's next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
These days, Social Security is denying more disability claims than ever. If you can't work, it can be harder to win benefits. I'm attorney Don Becker. Now more than ever, you need an experienced disability lawyer. For over 30 years, my firm has helped people win benefits. Disability law is all we do.
The Becker Law Office, 1-800-254-7766.
A little compassion goes a long way at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to charity and save more than ever before on stressless seating. Get up to $400 off stressless recliners and office chairs, plus save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. Now's the perfect time to help others and fill your home with the unmatched comfort and beauty of stressless seating. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
For our seniors, Social Security is a sacred obligation, a sacred promise made. The current president is threatening to break that promise. He's proposing to eliminate a tax that pays for almost half the Social Security without any way of making up for that lost revenue. I will not let that happen. If I'm your president, We're going to protect Social Security and Medicare. You have my word. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Get your outdoor projects done today with help from Menards. Cabot Premium Wood Care products deliver unbelievable quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Save with 11% off all Cabot exterior stains and finishes. Give your pet the freedom to come and go with this extreme weather pet tour. It offers protection from extreme temperatures. Right now, pick it up for just $89.99 after 11% rebate. Save today with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Wouldn't it be nice to not have to deal with your messy gutters anymore? Leave that nasty chore in the rearview mirror with a new Leaf Guard gutter system. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team would love to show you how Leaf Guard's patented design keeps leaves and debris out so you can give up cleaning your gutters forever. And now is the best time to get Leaf Guard. Order now and save 75% on installation labor, free financing for a year, and a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
The college football season, limited by the COVID-19 pandemic, could see a late comeback. Two major conferences that decided not to play this fall are now rethinking that move. But one smaller school has lost more than just a season to the coronavirus. 20-year-old Jermaine Stevens was a defensive lineman at California University of Pennsylvania, a Division II school that suspended all fall competition in July. His mother told us he returned to school in part to work out with his teammates. The family says Stevens died last week of a blood clot to the heart after he tested positive for COVID-19.
I'm very, very nervous for these young men, these kids. Their lives are priceless. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
So far, 76 Division college football programs have decided a season is worth it, but they're seeing positive cases. Several teams have postponed their opening games after coronavirus outbreaks. Yet, two of college's biggest conferences, the Pac-12 and the Big Ten, are now considering seasons despite previous plans to cancel all fall sports. And fall weather is on the way, Aaron.
Yeah, it certainly is as we get towards the end of the week. Likely to see highs back in the 60s, maybe even overnight lows down into the 30s. But for today, we got the warm weather in play. We also got that haze that's going to continue for the rest of today, tonight, into part of Wednesday. But a cold front's going to move in, and I think that's going to help to clear out some of the haze. But going through this afternoon, temperatures topping out into the mid to upper 70s. I think today's high will be right around 79. The wind, a little breezy at times, southwest about 10 to 20 miles per hour. But looking ahead to that extended forecast, showing that cool down Wednesday into Thursday from 78 to 64, and those overnight lows dipping down into the upper 30s, lower 40s going into Friday morning and Saturday morning. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some patchy frost by Friday morning, but otherwise 60s for the weekend, looking pretty nice, and then back to the 70s as we go into next week.
So summer's not over yet.
Not quite.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.